Beautiful home design, people. It does not have to break the bank, but it could easily do that without a little guidance.
It could very easily bust that pocket wide open. So we've got financial advisor Maggie Johndrow, one of our favorites, and designer Georgia Zikas here with some ideas on how to make it all happen while, again, staying inside your monetary budget. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thanks. So how do you know, first of all, if you need a home designer?
The answer is always.
Always.
Always. You really need a professional who can hold the vision for the entire project through and through.
But then how do you budget for one?
Well, this is a good time, autumn. I have a lot of clients coming in and saying, we want to remodel, let's take a look at that. First and foremost, I always say, make sure you have that emergency fund. We've talked about that before, 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. You're not using that for your project, right? But after that, you want to look at what is your discretionary spending. And you really want to talk to someone like Georgia, who's going to tell you what is going to give you the most bang for your buck. Should it be the bathroom? You know, is that going to add to the resale value of your home?
Now, I'm sure a lot of that comes into play over time. You know, we're talking about fashion trends and whatnot. So does the amount of time that someone plans to stay in their home matter to the future design trends?
Absolutely. What we like to ask our clients is a couple of questions, one of which is this a resale scenario or is this a long-term forever home? And we would approach the project in very different ways depending on the outcome of that answer.
How so? How would you approach it differently?
For instance, if it's a resale scenario, we may suggest using sort of less specific decor details such as color and architectural detail that might be specific to you and your family. If it's a resale environment, we want to have it appeal to more buyers.
Gotcha.
But if you plan on staying, then maybe you have a little more flexibility.
Absolutely. And you have to think about it. I mean, one expert cited that what you put in, you'll get about 65% back depending on the project to the value of your home. So that's something to think about. It's not a dollar for dollar necessarily. So that's also something where you would work with your designer and your financial advisor to make sure that what you're putting in is actually increasing the value of your home.
All right, so that is exactly what we have here. So we're talking about good, better, best practices. How do these carpets kind of funnel into that conversation?
So carpets and art are some areas where we like to splurge or save depending on the client's interest. So we talk about art on the wall, and then also in a rug format, it's art under your feet. There are good, better, and best scenarios also with upholstery items. So for example, you know, a good upholstery item might be a piece that kind of fits the bill, that works well with the family. A better investment might have a few more details. Maybe it's a performance fabric. A great scenario would be something that you'd want to invest in that could have you could recover it later down the road. It'd be, you know, a better construction quality. So here's where the rugs fit in. We've got good, better, or best, and I'd love to ask you guys where you think, and in terms of rugs.
So which is the cheapest and which is most expensive?
And we talk about rug quality, content, and size can help determine the cost of the rug.
I'm going to say this is the most expensive and this is the cheapest.
I'm going to say that's the cheapest and this one's the most expensive. I'm going to get you, Taylor.
Okay, so I will buy. You're on the right track, Taylor. So this particular piece has a little bit of gold thread in it. It's not exactly 18 karat, but it does have a content that would be specialized and more expensive. It also has the higher knots per square inch, so that's another factor.
We are out of time, but which was the least expensive?
This one here.
Okay.
Oh, wow. All right. That was way off there. So all the more reason to get in touch with the pros when you're talking about remodeling your home.
Absolutely. Ladies, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Make sure to head to our website to check out where you can find more information about